What's going on, guys? So today we thought we'd do a video about the top 10 things to think about when you're going over to Europe in your camper van. We have got an ebook and we've kind of done a similar thing. We've took some of the points from the ebook because a lot of you have not seen it. Also, we've got a hell of a lot of new subscribers, so thanks to everyone who has subscribed recently and welcome to the channel.
Yeah, it's also worth mentioning that our ebook is free, so the download is in the link is in the description below, so you can find it there, have a read and do whatever you want with it, really.
And it's been downloaded like literally thousands of times, which is amazing. So thanks to everyone who downloaded it.
Number 1,
which is
insurance. This is very important. It's a legal requirement. You need insurance to drive anywhere. And the good thing about motorhome insurance is it's generally cheaper than car insurance, and it does cover things like unlimited mileage, like our insurance does with Comfort. It's worth checking as well, if you're going to Europe, that your insurance does cover you for Europe and how many days you're going to be there for as well.
Yeah, so ideally, a lot of people won't be going over there for like a year at a time. They'll probably be going over there for maybe a couple of months. So just make sure that your insurance covers them couple of months. A lot of them do, as does. And the unlimited mileage thing, that's really important as well, because you know, you don't want to get caught out. You're going to be driving a lot of miles just to get there and back. So you want to make sure you're covered.
And one other thing, depending on the age of your vehicle, is MOT. Ours was 12 years old when we moved over to Europe for a year, so we knew we had to come back within a year's time to get the MOT so that we would still be insured, because without it our insurance wouldn't work. And it's a good thing we did keep into spec with getting her MOT'd, because we were broken into and our insurance would not have covered us if we didn't have our MOT. So that's worth thinking about. Newer vehicles obviously are covered for, I think, is it 3 years?
3 years.
So you can just go, not have to come back for 3 years, so that's
which is amazing.
Pretty cool.
So number 2 is road requirements, and there's certain things you need in your vehicle when you're over in Europe, and in different countries require different things. One of the main ones is
the safety triangle.
Yeah. And
some you have to have 2, some you just have to have 1, so it's worth carrying 2 just in case.
And it sounds really silly to have these things, but it is important that you do have them in the countries, because if you do get pulled over or you're in an accident and you know you need to wear high-vis in some countries, there's different rules and regulations, so you just want to abide. If you're in someone else's country, you want to abide by their rules, and that's really important for us.
You can, if you feel quite overwhelmed with all of that sort of stuff, the AA has a really, really good guidebook about every single country in Europe and tells you exactly what it is you need to be abiding by when you're in that country. So highly recommend checking that out. It was a lifesaver for us.
And that's what I think we got the AA book with kind of all the accessories that we needed for all the different countries. So it all comes in one package, and you've got everything you need. So that it's probably best to go and research that. We'll probably leave a link in the description to one of them packages, and I'd go that way.
I forgot about that, because you could obviously get them all individually if you have the time and want to research it, or you could just buy a ready-made pack with the book in and all the stuff. So that was actually really helpful for us. I think we bought it on the way to Folkestone to go and get the train over to Europe. So
I think you can actually buy them in like the ferry terminals and stuff, but they're going to be a lot more expensive. So best to buy it before you go.
Yeah, definitely. And also another thing for Europe is you have to put the stickers on your lights, because
so you don't blind the other people.
So number 3 is internet or connectivity when you are in Europe,
which I was most worried about, because I love to go on the internet. If I don't go on the internet for a day, then I start feeling bizarre. But it's just important. It's important for us to keep you guys updated, and work wise you got to stay connected, so it's very important to stay online.
So how did we stay online? Can you remember? It's changed, I think, since 2014 when we first hit the road. Back then data has been getting a lot better for going over to Europe. It's all kind of getting a bit more integrated. Back then you were with O2, and they had a pretty good deal that for £3 per day, if you had your data on, you could get unlimited data. Obviously it was capped at about 500 or a gig.
500 meg, but I couldn't afford to obviously use that every day. Otherwise I would have run out of money pretty quickly, but it was useful to just turn on when you need it. If you're in a place where there's no Wi-Fi, you can just turn your data on, and you know that you're only going to be spending £3 for that day.
There is also the option, if you know you're going to be in a certain country for more than a couple of days, or you're going to be going back there quite frequently, to get a SIM card from that country. We did that in Portugal, we did that in Spain, and we had ones with data on that we could use, and that was really helpful as well. And obviously there's Wi-Fi. If you can find Wi-Fi, you don't have to worry about data, but like Theo said, there isn't always Wi-Fi. But in recent months, in the last year, when we've been going to and from Europe, we've been using 3. They're like probably one of the best that we would recommend for Europe. Even America, Australia, you can use it there with their Feel at Home package. In the UK you get unlimited data. When you're abroad using it, you get 12 gig, which is pretty cool, and that lasts for a month. And most people in the UK only have like a gig on their phone anyway.
12 gigs, pretty hard to go through, especially when you're abroad as well.
Yeah, because you're doing stuff, you're not on your phone all the time,
exactly.
But you know that you have access, and that is a big deal for a lot of people. It's nice to be able to feel connected still, so that's something that we would recommend, definitely. Another thing that we found super helpful for us for connecting to Wi-Fi was the motorhome Wi-Fi device.
Yeah, that's great. It literally gives you like a kilometre range, so you can park down the road from McDonald's and point this device at McDonald's or wherever there's a Wi-Fi from a coffee shop or anything like that, and you can literally pick it up and it boosts the Wi-Fi signal to your van.
And I think, is it 5 things can be connected through it as well?
Yeah, 5 devices, I think. Around 5, 3 to 5, which is useful because, you can put your phone, your iPad and your laptop, and yeah, it's an amazing device, and, I wouldn't live without that anymore, I don't think.
No, it changed the game for us, really. And that was probably one of the most important things for us, was that. Number 4 is the travel money card from the post office.
And again, this is an amazing little tip. The travel money card, until we had it, we didn't have it for the first 6 months. And if you look at my bank statement, it's just kind of, you'd have the money coming out and then you'd have the charge on top of that, and then the charge for being in Europe alone. So it was really adding up. I think I spent hundreds of pounds just on charges. Especially
because with Lloyds, who you were with, they would do a percentage of the amount that you took out.
Yeah.
So you want to take a large amount of money out because you want to do less charges, but the percentage goes up, and it was just a bit... You also don't want to be carrying lots of cash around with you because you could either lose it or you could have it stolen. So that's not the best idea either.
Yeah. And when we got broken into...
They did steal some money.
They did steal cash as well.
It was English money that I'd been holding on to because we were going to go to Gibraltar, and you can use English money there, but oh well, it was only about 50 quid. Still heartbreaking, but let's move on.
Yeah, get yourself a travel money card. If you're from the UK and you're travelling to Europe, post office, travel money card, you can't beat it.
They're free. All you have to do is to start one up, is to put £50 on it, and then you're good to go. You can have app on your phone. We both had the app on our phone, so we could both access it, so you can easily transfer money onto the card whenever you want. Yeah. There is a cap at the amount you can have on, which I think is like £5,000 or something high, which we would never put on there anyway. If you use it in the shops like a normal debit card on like chip and pin machines, it's free. You don't get charged. You only get charged to take money out, and I think it was like $2 or something.
Yeah.
So in the long run, we love the travel money card. It didn't work in Germany in the debit things, but then neither did our cards anyway. We could only get cash out, so that was a few years ago though, so that might be different now. But that was one of the best things for us. Definitely recommend it. You can also get them in different currencies for different countries, like you can get them in US dollars, Australian dollars, so it's not just euros, so it's really good for that.
I've just remembered, I've still got some from when we went to America. I've literally just remembered that I've got some dollars left on my card, so I need to go and transfer them.
Do you know where the card even is?
The exchange rate's probably so bad, it's probably not even worth it. But anyway, moving on to the next one.
Well, there are a few different versions of the travel money card if you want to look into it, but from what I could see, theirs is pretty much the best, and the post office is so well known, so we'll just advise you to try that.
So number 5 is probably the most asked question in person, online, literally anywhere. Where do you go to the toilet? You live in a van, where do you go to the toilet? Well, we have a porta potty, and we've explained this before. It just sits in our cupboard, and we pull it out, do our business, and we can empty it anywhere. You know, there's loads of emptying points all over Europe, which is amazing. It's really not hard to find one, and by the time you've filled it up, there's probably going to be one somewhere fairly local.
Yeah, the great thing about Europe is they really cater to motorhomes, so they make it really easily to empty your porta potty for free. Yeah. So even though porta potties aren't vital to have in your van, if you want something like that and you're concerned about toilets, I would highly recommend one, especially if you're going to Europe. You can easily empty it. It's saved our bacon plenty of times when there was places where we couldn't go outside to go to the toilet.
I think
I didn't put the chair down properly, so it just gave me a heart attack. So yeah, toilet, porta potty, if you want one, they're amazing. They can just fit in your cupboard. Most people have them hidden away in interesting places in their vans, so Europe makes it really easy.
Yeah. Get yourself a porta potty.
Ours is the Cube 335, if you're wondering. And ours is great.
I think ours is the smallest one you can get, because we had to get the smallest because it could only fit in a certain size cupboard. But I think now, if we were going again, I think we'd get one probably double the size, so you don't have to keep emptying it every couple of days if you're using it a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it's done us well. It's a great little device.
Yeah.
Recommend it.
Still looks new.
Yeah.
So number 6 is accommodation. The great thing about being in a van or a motorhome or something on wheels is that you already have your accommodation with you wherever you go. Some people choose to stay in campsites, some people choose not to, some people choose to do a mixture. Obviously with campsites they cost money, so if you're trying to stick to a budget or save as much as you can, wild camping is the best, and that's what we did most of the time.
And some countries are better than others for wild camping. I think we've touched on this before. Portugal's amazing. Norway's amazing, Sweden's amazing. You know, there's lots of amazing countries for wild camping. Some are slightly harder, but you can generally always find somewhere to stay for free if you want to.
Yeah, it saves you a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely wild camping. We did do a video on our wild camping criteria a few years back. We'll put the link in the description or somewhere in the video so you can watch that and find out about it. So number 7, which is power. This is really important to a lot of people. Unless you've just got a mobile phone, then you can charge that easily just in the dashboard. But if you've got a laptop and you need that for work, or you use it a lot, or you've got a camera, you need to charge the batteries, power is really important.
I think generally most people will need power. They will need to charge stuff up. There's very few people that we've met along the way who just have a mobile phone to charge. You know, most people always have like a camera with them or something that they need to charge the batteries up. So
I won't go too in depth on power because we did do quite a lengthy video that we'll link to, but in brief, you can get a leisure battery, which is amazing, that charges as you drive. You could also get a solar panel. That's fab. We used to have a portable one, which unfortunately is dead now, but at the time it was really great for that.
And I think the main thing is, if you can get 12-volt versions of your chargers, then do that. It might cost you a little bit extra money, but it uses a lot less power. So therefore, yeah, your battery will last a lot longer. So definitely get 12-volt chargers.
You've got 12-volt chargers for your laptop.
Yeah.
And your drone battery.
Yeah.
And your camera batteries as well.
Everything pretty much, 12-volt.
That's probably like one of the lifesavers of this trip. Otherwise we'd be spending loads of time charging in cafes and stuff, which is just a pain.
Okay, so number 8 is budgeting.
Not everyone needs to budget, especially if you're only going for a really short break, but if you're going for a long period of time, like we did for over a year, we were living off our savings that whole time. We budgeted to the very last penny and it made a massive difference for us.
Definitely. Get something like a money diary, or if you can track your expenses online on your online banking.
Or through your travel money card.
Yeah, or for your travel money card. Just make sure you're on top of it, because you know, it's very easy to get carried away and we'll have a meal here and there, or we'll get a drink here in this bar, and before you know it, your budget's gone for the whole week in a day. Yeah,
exactly. Keeping track of what you spend is really important. Yeah. Like I said earlier in the wild camping bit, if you are spending nights at campsites, it really does start to add up. Even if they're only €5 a night or €10, if you think about it, over a month you've spent a lot of money on accommodation when you're already travelling in accommodation. So check out our budgeting video. It covers a lot of how we stayed in budget on the whole year and says how much we actually lived off per month if you're interested in that.
Okay, so number 9 is water. Where do you get water from? Where can you fill up your camper van? It's so important.
It is so important.
It just is. You just need water all the time. However much water you think you need, you probably double it. Yeah.
I remember the first time we ever went away in our van. This was the first van we had that had a sink. I used 12 litres of water within a matter of hours. I filled up the sink to wash up, bam, it was empty. So you really do realise that water is really important. You start to live off a lot of water in small quantities. When you brush your teeth, you use a cup instead of just running the tap. Showering, if you've got enough water to hold water for a shower, that's fabulous. If you're showering every day, you're going to be going through a lot, so you need to think about being able to fill up that, where you can do it, how much that's going to cost as well if you're worried about money.
And one thing you don't want to be doing on your amazing van adventure around Europe is constantly searching for water. That's not the fun part, so you want to just make sure that every time you see somewhere that you can fill up, because even if you've only just filled up a couple of days ago, it's worth always keeping it topped up, because you never know when you're going to be able to fill up again.
Yeah, we definitely got into a habit of that, and also carrying a spare bottle of water around just in case, because there were times when we couldn't find anywhere. Sometimes we were just super desperate, but at the end of the day, you'll always find it. A really good place to find water is garages. I think if you're stuck in a pinch, garages.
Literally, if you go around the back of a garage, it's probably always got a tap on the side of the wall or somewhere. So, and even if you go inside, you say, I need to fill up some water, drinking water, have you got a tap? They're generally just point you to the back of the garage and there'll be somewhere to fill up.
But like we said earlier in the bit about emptying your toilet and stuff, Europe is really good at facilitating for motorhomes. There's a lot of places where you can empty your toilet and also get free drinking water, or for €1 get like 200 litres of water. So it is really great actually. It's not that hard to find water, which is really good. So number 10 is security. This is something a lot of people are worried about, understandably. You're travelling around in your home. What should you do? Should you keep the curtains closed? Keep the curtains open? Really, it doesn't matter. If people see your vehicle, generally if they see a GB number plate, they're going to know that there's something going on there. If you're far from home, you're going to have stuff in there. We kept our curtains closed. We had a wheel lock. We would lock all our doors. That's an insurance requirement. If your doors aren't locked or your windows are open, you won't be covered. Either way, they still smashed our window, broke in and got away with a load of stuff.
But we did, once we got back to the UK, we did manage to get it all sorted out, and it was very easy to get sorted out.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we were back within Europe within a few weeks of heading back to get the van fixed.
And we just literally had to get the window replaced and then sent it off to the insurance company, and they sorted it all out for us really quickly. So
security is a funny one, because I don't want to say don't bring anything with you that's important to you. Obviously, bring whatever you want, but it's worth thinking about. If you can bring stuff with you that you don't want to get lost, take it with you. After we came back to Europe, I'm not going to lie, I did used to have a backpack with me at all times with my stuff in because that's just what happened. That was a personal experience. It's just something worth thinking about. Security on the road, unfortunately, you are kind of a driving target, so just think about that.
And if you go to Scandinavia, it's a lot more laid back. There's a lot less crime.
There's a lot less people.
When you come back over to mainland Europe, then just don't be laid back.
That's pretty much what happened to us. So we'd spent 4 months in Scandinavia in the middle of nowhere, no one around, came back, left our van in a city during the day, and someone had a great time rummaging through our possessions. Anyway, that's a lesson that we learned, and a lot of people we know have gone through the same thing. So I don't want to scare you, but I just want you to be prepared, okay? It might not happen.
But yeah, if you are going off to Europe this summer, enjoy it. It's going to be an amazing experience.
And share your stories in the comments below. I love hearing from other people about what they've done, where they've been, all that sort of stuff.
Or let us know where you're going to go, like what plans you've got. We'd love to hear them.
We might have some tips as well. We've been to a lot of places.
We've been to, I think 23 different European countries in the van. So, we know a fair bit about this kind of travel and stuff. And yeah, for us, it's one of the best places to go. So,
and like we said at the beginning of the video, do check out our free ebook. It's really useful for you if you are going over to Europe. So yeah, please don't hesitate to download that. We wanted people to be knowledgeable about what to expect when you're going over there, so that's why we made it free.
Cool. Thanks for watching.
See ya.
Yeah, see you on the next video.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now, and if you like the video, give us a thumbs up.